Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to set out the order of operations correctly when we're solving number sentences. So we will still refer back to our special list here with the order, but we'll also be really focused on how to keep our working out neat and tidy so that we don't make any mistakes or miss any operations. So my first example here is 4 plus 3 times 2 inside brackets divided by 5. So I know that I'm going to go up to my list and I see brackets are first. So my first thing is I'm going to just underline the brackets so I remember that's my first step. However, I'm going to use a different color as well to show me what I'm actually going to do first inside the brackets. So I know that when I see a plus sign and a times sign, I have to check here. Multiply comes first, then addition. So I'm going to underline in blue the multiplication part, and that's going to be my first step. So I put equal sign down, which is off to the left because then my working out can keep going straight down here and they're not going to be offset all the time. So everything in my question remains the same except the answer to 3 times 2. So the bracket stays there, 4 plus stays there. I'll leave a gap for my answer for 3 times 2, and divided by 5 stays there. Underneath, directly underneath where it was before, is I can put my answer 6. Because I know 3 times 2 is 6. Now, I'm still going through my order and I still am seeing brackets are first. So now it is whatever is left in the brackets happens next. So equal sign, now I do 4 plus 6, which is 10. And then I do divided by 5, has to keep staying on the end there. Otherwise I won't do it if I don't see it there. Then my last operation is 10 divided by 5, which is 2. Each time it's getting shorter and shorter. That's what we want to see. So we still have all of the steps of the operation on every line. The equals means that each line is equal to up here. So up here, the answer to this whole operation is 2. So it is equal the whole way. Now I'm going to show you on this other example over here. All right, so back to checking our order. So I see brackets are first. So I'll underline the whole bracket so I don't forget. Now there's a lot going on inside this bracket. There's actually 3 operations. So I'm going to refer back to my list to check. So I've got brackets. Now next is exponents, and I do see an exponent in my operation here. So I'm going to underline that blue again so I know that that's my first step inside the brackets. Everything else in my sum is going to stay the same. So I put my equal sign, 3 times, open the brackets, something, take away 6 times 1, end of brackets. So I'm going to put my answer for 3 squared in there. 3 squared is actually the same as 3 times 3. This little number is whispering to the big number how many times it's going to multiply by itself. So I should see it twice, which I do. So 3 times 3 is 9. So that goes in here. Now I'm going to show you the next steps. So inside the brackets again, that's still our focus. My next step, I've got a minus and I've got a multiply. So over here I see multiply comes before a minus sign. So I'm going to underline that blue and solve the next line of my working out. So 3 times 9 take away, and then I'm going to close the brackets. What 6 times 1 is? 6. Now you might already know that in your head, but it's really important to write down every line of your working out. Otherwise it's very easy to make mistakes. Now I'm up to my next line, and I'm still inside. I'm still doing brackets first because that's still on the list there, if you refer back to the checklist. So my next step is 3 times, and then I've got to solve the operation I have underlined. So 9 take away 6, which is 3. So I'm just going to, I have one operation left, I'll just underline that. And then 3 times 3, which is 9. Now I'm going to show you some operations that you're going to solve. So I'll bring this one down here so that it's easy to see. So you can write these down in your book or on a piece of paper to try and solve these. I'm going to pause the video now so that, and then when you restart it, I'll show you the answers and explain how to work it out. Good luck. Okay, I hope you had a good crack at working it out. I'm going to start with this one first. So I'm going to put my equals sign in for the next line of working out, and I'm going to figure out which is my first operation to solve. So I'm going to check on the checklist at the top here, and brackets comes first. So I'm going to underline brackets in red. That's my first step. Then I'm going to leave everything the same and just solve what's inside the brackets. So 9 divided by 3 squared plus, and the answer to 3 plus 6 is 9. Then I'm going to underline the next thing, which I can see on my checklist is an exponent. So I just solved that part. Everything stays the same and has to be included on the line. So I do 9 divided by, and I need to know 3 squared, which we did before actually, which is 9 plus 9. Now, once again, I'm going to check over here. I've got a divide and a plus. So divide comes before plus. So I'm going to underline in red. And I'm doing 9 divided by 9, which is 1, plus 9 stays the same. And my last line, last operation to solve, is 1 plus 9, which is 10. How did you go? Have a think. Please have a look at what I did and what you did if you got it wrong, and figure out which step you might have got muddled on, because that is the only way we learn. We have to look at our mistakes to try and figure out what we did correctly or incorrectly to get it better next time. Now I'm going to solve this other one. Now my first step is to look at the checklist. I see brackets are first. Now I see there are 2 operations inside the brackets because there's a multiply sign and an exponent. So my first part of the brackets is the exponent. So I'm going to keep the whole entire line as exactly the same. Just solving that one little blue section. Everything's identical. 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2, which equals 4. So a 4 goes in here. Okay, my next step is still the brackets. So everything stays identical. 3 times 4 is 12, so that's the part I'm solving. Divide by 3 stays in the same spot as well. Then I'm going to find the next thing I need to solve, which addition and divide. I know by now divide is the first thing before before addition. So 4 plus stays identical. See how it's the same the whole way down, because it's actually going to be our last operation to solve. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So now my last step is 4 plus 4, which equals 8. Once again, have a look, see how you went, see where you went right or wrong to learn for next time.